Have you ever realized that even in the heart of a bustling city, life is quietly fighting for survival, hidden in the soil beneath our feet? Most of us are aware of the big environmental issues like global warming, pollution, or deforestation. But as we are well aware of these big environmental issues, we never really know where to start to deal with these big issues. And I want to give you a little bit of a solution on my own. My name is Erica, and for the past 4 years, I've been volunteering to protect a small but endangered species in South Korea named the boreal digging frogs. They're currently inhabiting in a local park in the middle of Daechi, and although they are very small and may just look like an ordinary frog, they are very crucial in maintaining our ecosystem, especially within that park. And until now, you might be wondering what is even threatening these little frogs in a very seemingly peaceful and quiet park. But you must realize that it is extremely challenging to even maintain one small park, and for the past 4 years, my experiences have proven this. We never really care about the necessary ongoing actions we must take to preserve our park, because creating the park is only the first step. The most important thing is to actually be able to preserve the environment further on. I want to ask you this. Why is it that we understand the impact of urbanization on our environment, yet we rarely stop to question whether the park nearby or even the drain beneath our feet holds life in need of our help? But many people don't realize that even in these urban environments, biodiversity is key, and this can only be maintained by our interests and health. The boreal digging frogs help regulate insect populations, contribute to the soil's health, and support other species. But their existence is very fragile, and their presence is pressured by urbanization and threatening of their survival. If I recall my experiences, the hardest part about my work wasn't really the physical effort or the hours it took to really monitor these species. It was more to really make people care about this issue or even realize and acknowledge that boreal digging frogs are living in this local park. I spent countless hours trying to raise awareness about the importance of these frogs, yet I constantly hear things like, we know the planet is in danger, but what does it have to do with saving a local city park? Or how can something so small matter when there are bigger global issues? I can't stress enough how important it is to acknowledge the life and ecosystems around us, because frankly, if we don't care, neither will the government. About a year ago, the Gangnam-gu office decided to install these gray sidewalks in my local park where the boreal digging frogs are currently inhabiting. And you might wonder, what's the big deal about these sidewalks? We see them everywhere. They're not exactly polluting the environment. They're just gray stones that we don't even necessarily need them. But the problem is, it's just not about the construction itself, but the bigger problem was that the boreal digging frogs weren't able to easily transfer across these water and soil because of the barrier that we created. Now, for humans, this is really not necessary, but for boreal digging frogs, it can lead to fatal incidents since they might end up dying in the middle, or they just cannot reach the water in time. When we raised this issue to the government officials, they were very reluctant to take action. They literally said, construction is already done. Will this absolutely be necessary because of the financial cost or the physical labor that they need to go through just by undoing the entire construction, which they thought was pretty unnecessary and meaningless. However, with persistent efforts, including submitting monitoring records of the species, we eventually allowed the government to agree to remove the sidewalks. This was a relief, but by then, the damage had already been done. So this took a little over 2 months, but the damage was that before there were a number of 80 species of boreal digging frogs, the number had dropped just to 40 after the construction. Nature is incredibly fragile and needs for more help than we realized. It's just a few more people have spoken up, maybe by submitting a message through the I wish to the mayor sector of the government website. I'm certain the impact could have been reduced. Even small actions can make a huge difference when it comes to protecting the natural world around us. Yet what we fail to see is that the battle for the environment is happening right in front of us. It's not just in the Amazon rainforest or the melting Arctic. It's in the parks that we walk through. It's under the drains of our feet. The boreal digging frogs are a perfect example of this larger choice we face, coexistence or mutual destruction. And I really want to emphasize that if we can't control or maintain even our backyards, we will never be able to solve the matters of global warming or the bigger environmental issues that everybody is aware of. So I ask you today, what can you do to protect the environment around you? Because in the end, I believe it's a question of coexistence or mutual destruction. Thank you.